As the sun set, Lily realized she'd spent the entire day by herself, and maybe she should feel lonely, but she never did. Alone, sure, but not lonely.
Side by side we sway there in all the colors.
Throughout our lives, we will almost inevitably spend most of our time inside our own heads. Even when we're around others, we'll be thinking, feeling, and perceiving the world in our minds. So why not focus on making it as kind and welcoming of a place that we can? Today, I'm going to help you guys learn to be by yourself, to be your own foundation and support, while recognizing that none of us can truly do it alone. Okay guys, I just finished my skincare and it's literally 11:09 right now, and I spent the entire morning trying to find this little square thing for my tripod. I looked entirely all over the whole apartment, and in the midst of that, the case of the micro SD card broke. It's 11:11, make a wish. Today's plan and the theme of today's video is to focus on yourself and enjoy spending time with your own company. This actually might be the last summer video that I post, so I just wanted to spend these last moments of summer with enjoying myself and my own company. Let's get the rest of our day started. I used to think of loneliness as just being the absence of people. I thought that if I was lonely, it was because there just weren't enough of them in my life, or maybe I wasn't spending enough time with them. Either way, I was wrong, because ultimately, loneliness isn't about the number of people you can technically count as friends, nor is it about literally being alone. Rather, I've learned that loneliness is the absence of emotionally satisfying and supportive feeling relationships. It's what we feel in the absence of others in the world who really care about us and about whom we care about too. So remember that no matter how many friends we have and how often we hang out with them, if our friends aren't people who we genuinely connect with and respect, we're probably still going to feel lonely. Remember that toxic and uncaring friends are worse than having no friends at all. Even though it can sometimes feel like our bad friends are all we have, which can cause us to cling to them even more when we're lonely, we have to realize that the first step to finding connection again is moving on from the people who don't care about us. And it's okay to outgrow toxic friends and people. Back from my workout. I'm gonna make a protein shake. The best way to do it is to add a little bit of water into your cup before adding in the powder so it doesn't get like stuck to the bottom. And then adding a scoop of this powder. This one is Vanilla Cake by Revolution Nutrition. And then you fill the rest of this with water. Then shake it all up. In today's workout class, I didn't go as hard as I usually do because yesterday I went really hard and I'm kind of dead from that, and also tomorrow I have a soccer game. So, but I still was able to run like 3.6 kilometers on the treadmill, and then we did a circuit of strength training and some rowing. The class, by the way, is called Orange Theory. I talked about it a little bit in my last video. My maximum heart rate today, oh my god, this cap will go on. And then we ended it off with some stretching. We did some lunges, some arm stuff with like the TRX rope things, and then we also did some abs as well. Time really passes by really fast when I go to these classes, so I really enjoy them. Today I want to bake a sweet potato for brunch. It's like 1 p.m. right now, I guess lunch. So I'm going to stick that in the oven before I take a shower. Okay, let's go. This is a massive sweet potato. Our time alone provides us with the opportunity to build a strong personal foundation, which is essential for navigating life's challenges. The world is inherently unpredictable and most things are beyond our control. There's so much we can't see coming. So while we can't prevent all misfortunes, we can prepare ourselves by learning to find contentment and happiness on our own without depending on the world to make it happen. We can learn to love ourselves and be grateful for the very opportunity we have to live for our lives.
So come and meet me on the other side. Ooh.
I just went for a body shower and I've decided I'm wearing PJs for the rest of the day. But now let's edit for a little bit.
Little bird hanging out by the window, singing how are you doing and doing. And we dance in the clouds when the wind blows, wherever we.
Good morning. I woke up this morning, did a little bit of editing, but now I'm starving, so let's make some breakfast. I'm feeling another matcha today, so I'm gonna make one of those. In life, it's very easy to be constantly distracted and overstimulated. Whether it's in school, work, or social media, there's always something distracting our attention. Maybe we can find ourselves comparing our own lives to other people. So we often forget to pause and ask ourselves whether or not we're truly happy. To ask, what goals do I really have and why? And am I doing everything I can to achieve them? And while friends and family can help us answer these questions, ultimately, we have to be the ones to decide our own personal values and goals. We have to author the book of our own life, and to do that takes time, space, and the ability to breathe. Otherwise, we risk losing direction, doing things reflexively, or because other people are telling us to, even though deep down we know we would be happier doing something else. By taking time for ourselves, we can gain clarity on our aspirations and ensure that we are steering the lives in the right direction. In a way, the phrase, "you have to learn to love yourself before you can love someone else," really is true. It all starts with you. So this morning I did not work out because I have soccer later today, but I did want to do some stretching and also walk on the treadmill, but backwards. I've been really trying to take care more of my flexibility and my knees, especially because running and playing sports is really hard on your knees, and I'm trying to make sure that my future self does not suffer from this. And there's this YouTube channel called Knees Over Toes Guy, and he says that backwards walking is really good for your knees, and also these two other stretches, and then afterwards I'm gonna do the 5-minute daily stretch by Maddie Morrison. So let's get started. This is also why we flipped around the treadmill backwards, so that while we're walking backwards we can watch TV at the same time. Of course, no guide to focusing on yourself would be complete without a chapter on self-care. Self-care is not about buying all of these different products and making it look all aesthetic, but self-care is more so about how we feel. So self-care is especially important during times when we're stressed, not feeling well, or starting to be hard on ourselves. If we've had a bad week at school or work and feel frustrated and disappointed with ourselves, this is where we most need to remind ourselves to be kind.
Broken tires, hard in June, but I like spending these moments.
Stretching is done for the day. It feels so good. Usually I just keep my foam roller near the TV because like every time I'm watching TV I can just roll out some of my muscles in the meantime. Apparently you're not supposed to stand on this thing, a footrest, but I just use it to stretch out the back of my calves, and it works really well because you're supposed to use like those angled wooden blocks, but I don't have one, so this will do. There is so many different self-care activities that we can do. One of my favorite ones is journaling. So write down how you're feeling, what's been on your mind, and what's worrying you, what you're grateful for, what's made you happy, what you're looking forward to, and try to assess your life with as much kindness and compassion as you would find for a friend, while also being fair and objective. The goal is to just reflect on how you're doing and allow your thoughts and feelings to be processed more consciously instead of succumbing to negative self-talk.
You said maybe we should talk less. It's more than not at all. I'm not saying I don't want this, I'm just terrified.
Whatever we enjoy doing when we go out with others, we can enjoy by ourselves too. So if you've ever been afraid of taking a workout class by yourself, going to the restaurant by yourself, or doing an activity, it's a useful reminder that you don't have to go with anybody else and you can just take yourself. To-do list for today, I want to finish editing a short form video and then hopefully rough edit one long form video, but we'll see how far we get. So let's go.